Hello everyone, this is Vincent. This PowerPoint is for question number 4. Nginx is another open source web server, and describe it in detail and compare it to Apache. The software was created by Ego and publicly released in 2004. Nginx is a free open source high performance HTTP server and reserve proxy, as well as an IMAP or POP3 proxy server. Nginx is known for its high performance, standability, rich feature set, simple configuration, and low resource consumptions. On this page is minimum hardware specification are required for each node running Nginx controllers, which requires for 8 gigabit RAM, 8-core CPU with 2.4 GHz or similar, 80 gigabits free disk space, and the Nginx controller agents use the less amount of memory and the computer hardware possible. CPU usage should be kept under 10%, and the RSS memory usage should be kept to a few those megabits. If you notice the Nginx controller agent is using more resources than normal, you can contact Nginx support for help. Alright, on this page is about the advantage and disadvantage of Nginx. First is the advantage. Nginx use more lightweight, requires fewer resources memory, able to handle 10K plus simultaneous connection with a low memory footprint, better at handling static content, and battery scalability. Also recommended for site running on VPS. So the disadvantage of Nginx is it has less community support and less extensive list of modules.
My name is Yuncheng and I'm going to present why Nginx. Nginx is one of the handful of the server written to address the C10K's problem. Unlike the traditional server, Nginx does not rely on the third to handle the requests. Instead, it uses as much as more scalable event driver. Asynchronous architecture. These architectures use small but more importantly predictable amounts of memory under load. Even if don't expect handle thousands of the simulations requests, you can still benefit from the Nginx high performance and small memory footprints. Nginx scale is in all directions, from the smallest VPS all the way to the largest scatters of server. What is Apache? Apache is a free and open source web workers programming that used by about 40% of the world website. The Apache Software Foundation maintains and develops the power, which is now Apache HTTP server. The name web server comes from the fact that it allows the website owner to serve the contents on the internet. With the primary of the delivery over 20 years ago, it is one of the most experienced and reliable web workers.
Hi everyone, my name is Shupra Shaha, student number 300736771, and our topic is number 4, group 20. So I'm going to present on advantages and disadvantages of Apache and Nginx. So first I'm going to talk about the pros and cons. So pros are greater section selection from the module, better suited and share hosting, more widely used large community, allow configuration of hash file, administrative console. And cons are consumers more of RMA under heavier load, and swap new process for each request, making things less efficient. And we know that Nginx is open source web server. Describe the detail and compare to the APEC. Nginx is free open source, high performance of HTTP server and reserve proxy as well as IMAP POP3 proxy server. Nginx is known for the high performance, stability, rich feature set, simple configuration, and low resource consumption. On the other side, we know like for the APEC, is HTTP server, an open source known cross-platform web server, which is also known as HTTPD APEC. It is developed by the Tim Berners-Lee, released in 1995. APEC became popular quickly and now it is maintained by the APEC Foundation. So now we are going to the next slide. This is the difference between these two, APEC and Nginx. So APEC runs on the all Unix like system like as Linux, BTS, etc., as well as completely support Windows. On the other hand, Nginx runs on modern Unix like system, however, it's limited support for the Windows. APEC uses multi-threaded approach for process client request. Nginx follow an event-driven approach, several client requests. APEC cannot handle multiple requests at the same time. On the other hand, Nginx can handle multiple client requests and also efficiently limited the hardware resources. APEC processes dynamic content with the web server itself, and Nginx can process dynamic content natively. APEC is designed to be web server. Nginx is both a web server and a proxy server. Modules are dynamically loaded, unloaded, making it flexible. Since this module cannot be loaded dynamically but contained within the core software itself, it's a single-threaded can only the process the connection. And on the other hand, Nginx is a single thread can handle multiple connections. APEC is the performance of its static content lower than the Nginx. Nginx can stimulously run thousands of connections of static content 2 times faster than the APEC, uses less memories. So APEC Software Foundation manages its brand and services. The services is developed and maintained by the open community and developer under ASF, mostly run on the Linux, and APEC powers around 46% of all the web around the world. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lee. Now I will tell you when to use Nginx or Apache. There are a couple of elements which become an integral factor when choosing whether you should utilize Nginx or Apache web worker. The advantages and disadvantages area above can likewise help figure out which web worker is the most appropriate for your itineration case. In the event that you need to improve the execution concerning static substance, the better web worker is an Nginx. Moreover, Nginx likewise come ahead as fast as versatility, media streaming, VPS facilitating, and inverse processing. Apache might be the favored web worker in a different situation. In the event that you can't pick between Nginx versus Apache, there is likewise the alternative to utilize a blend of both. Nginx and Apache can both be utilized as intermediary workers. This blend of Nginx and Apache is interesting to content site owner who need to offload the absolute solicitation, preparing the pre the pre the prerequisites from Apache and permits Nginx to serve static substance is the best. It is incredibly reliant upon your web worker necessity, which will decide if you utilize Nginx versus Apache's web worker or utilize blend of both.